Hello my fellow sickos of any and all gender, T-Dub here, and when you think of your favorite professional wrestler, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Could it possibly be their finishing maneuver? Or perhaps it's the time they finally won their championship? That's always a good one. Or, could it be their entrance, as that is the best way to make a first impression, and you only get that opportunity once. And I thought, it would be fun taking a look at all the ways that can be done in a wrestling video game. At least a small sampling of sorts. I thought that would just be a fun little experiment to do. And we're going to start with what was my first example. This is how I first saw entrances in wrestling video games, WWF Warzone. Let's see how poorly that's aged. As you can see, WWF Warzone's entrances have not aged particularly well, as I stated in my review of the game last year. One could say this is due to there being no blueprints on how to present wrestling entrances in a 3D wrestling game, and you'd have a point there. Thankfully, just 2 months later, the ferociously fine folks at Asmic Ace Entertainment and Aki Corporation fixed a fabulously fantastic bit of radness for us. Which is to say, the entrances in WCW NWO Revenge go super hard. Simple as the formula may be, a walking motion, an animation on the stage, and one in the ring, with pyrotechnics and changing camera angles, this looks 1,000,000 times better than the ones in WWF Warzone, especially with the one camera angle and a fountain full of sparklers. The one downside is that there are only 2 theme songs, one for entrance A and one for entrance B. That's it! Would it be nice to have real entrance themes? Oh, absolutely. However, if I had to choose between songs and literally everything else, I'll take the everything else. It also helps that there is more than one venue to choose from, something Aki got right in 1997. Alright, enough with the Nintendo 64. How about the Nintendo Wii? I remember first playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 for the Wii many years back, just to see how different it was from the 360 version I already had, and as you can see, it is extremely so. Instead of just one pre-made motion, each wrestler has a series of animations that you get to choose from by properly executing them with the Wiimote and Nunchuck to gain momentum you get to start matches with. So entrances aren't just fun, they're also rewarding. Do they look clunky? Yes. However, there's a charm in the jank, but that could just be me. I've always been a fan of jank, hence my fandom for Dragon Age 2. One last note on SVR09, and I could be wrong about this, but the WWE Championship model looks exactly like the one they used on the PlayStation 2. Not sure if anyone else noticed that. Blasting forward to the PS4, we have Fire Pro Wrestling World, which features 2D wrestlers entering a 3D arena. What's cool about Fire Pro is that you can control your wrestlers during their entire entrance. I really don't think I've seen this before or since. If nothing else, it allows each entrance to look unique. And here's something I've never seen anyone else bring up. You can use custom music on the PlayStation 4. No, really, look! It is a shame you can only do this with custom wrestlers. However, if you have a USB drive, just copy some music over onto this, put it into your PS4/5, go into the options menu, copy this over, then bing bang boom, you can have Finn Balor enter a Fire Pro Wrestling game using King of Colosseum 2 music. And I'm pretty sure that is a sentence that is only said in this video. Another one that's probably only going to be said in this video is, the entrances in AEW Fight Forever are actually not that bad. No, really, they aren't. Are they super short? Yes, somewhat abruptly so. Are all the animations perfect? No, but are they the worst? No! Didn't you pay attention to all the bitching I was doing at WWF Warzone? Speaking specifically, the qualities I enjoy most about Fight Forever are the pyro and camera options. With a tap of the shoulder button, you can change between a few different camera angles, and with a push of a face button, you can activate some pyro. With some proper timing, you can make some real cinema! Now here's hoping that one day we'll get a proper sequel with some longer entrances, but just not too long. That's because WWE already has the market on overly long entrances in video games. Don't get me wrong, they're mostly animated really well, but sometimes they feel like they're dragging a bit on. For me, no entrance in a video game should be longer than 60 seconds, maybe 75 for main event level talent, but any more and you're really pushing it for me. On the bright side, 2K25 does give the player camera options so they don't feel as tedious as in previous years. Now, if only they'd let us control the pyro as well. And yes, the main reason I'm covering 2K25 is because of all the custom content made by the community. Without these awesome people, the WWE games would not be as fun as they are, and because 2K loves shutting down servers, that means we have to keep forking out money to buy the next one. So, all in all, this was a fun look back. It's interesting to see how many ways something like a wrestling entrance can be presented. My favorites are SVR09, Fair Pro World, AEW, and 2K25 just because they allow the most control from the players. Anything that takes the monotony of seeing the same thing over and over again is a plus for me, even something as minor as controlling the camera or just the character. I honestly cannot wait to see what innovations are done in the future!